Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. So today, first of all, happy International Book Day. It's the April 23rd and I'm filming this on April 23rd and I hope to upload it April 23rd too. So happy International Book Day. I don't know if everyone around the world celebrates, but I know in my country we do, because it's like the anniversary of Miguel de Cervantes' death or birthday or something like that. I'm not sure. I will have to look it up. I don't know if it's the birthday of the death day, but yeah, he's the one that wrote El Quijote. So as you can probably guess by the title, today we're going to be talking about my favorite books of all time, and I have them all here. Well, not all of them, because one I do have it, but just in my Kindle, which is a 2012 Kindle, so he doesn't work properly, the poor thing. But yeah, anyways, let's just get started and I will just start yapping about my favorite books. So, okay, the first one is Patrick Rothfuss's The Name of the Wind. This is the Spanish edition. I read this ages ago. Maybe it can be 10 years ago, but like, I'm still waiting on the third book and I am desperate. Like, I don't know if Game of Thrones or this series are going to be published first, but yeah, I just love this book so much. It's an epic fantasy and it has my favorite thing ever. It's a university setting. Our protagonist, Quoth, is a pretty talented guy, I guess, and we follow him throughout his life, and then he enrolls in a very famous and special university to learn kind of like not they don't call it magic, but it is magic. But yeah, he's also a musician and he's a very cheeky guy. He earns his life I don't know, by stealing, but also by being very smart, and he is incredible. I'm not great at summarizing books without giving spoilers, because how do I do that? But yeah, we follow him throughout his early life, because the book is narrated by him when he's already older and living in a how is it called in English? I have no clue. I forgot the word, but in Spanish is posada. It's like a rest house. I don't know. I will just put the translation in. Editing me will do the work, but yeah. And he's narrating the story to his employer, his friend. I don't know how to describe him, but yeah. So this is the first day, like the first book is the first day that he's telling the story, and it has like parts where he's in the present telling the story, but then we also go back to his life, and then we come back to the present day to see things happening. But yeah, so this is the first book, it's the first day, the second book is the second day, and the third book, if it ever gets published, it will be the third day. But yeah, anyways, this is The Name of the Wind, and yeah, next book. So the next one is Gabriel Garcia Marquez, 100 Years of Solitude. This book, well, this is a recent purchase, because when I read it, it was for my Hispanic literature class in university, and I read it during the pandemic. And I read my grandma's copy because everything was closed, and I asked everywhere, hey, Does anyone have 100 Years of Solitude? Because Gabriel Garcia Marquez is a very known writer in my country, obviously, and he's a Nobel Prize winner. So yeah, but we had to read this for a class, and normally the books that my professor give us are not like very interesting. But guys, the way I fell in love with this book, I had already read one of his books before. It was, I'm gonna say the title in Spanish and I will translate it because I don't know the title in English, but the title is Crónica de una muerte anunciada. And I also read it for class and it was okay. I enjoyed it, but this one, I loved it. I was so invested. It's like the story of a family and a lot of their generations. They're living in the same house and they have a lot of drama and things happening. But it is also centered in the thing that Gabriel Garcia Marquez is a genius about. It's like magical realism. I love the magical realism in books, and he's a genius. I love it. He writes like, I don't know, it's magical. But yeah, this book, it's believed to be placed like set in Colombia during the Spanish colonization, I think, because they're like plantations with bananas and everything. But yeah, Garcia Marquez doesn't pinpoint exactly the part of the world that it's set in, but it's believed to be Colombia. Yeah, and the story of the family is so tumultuous. There's so many things happening. It's like incest, tragedy, comedy. I love it. This book is amazing, guys. I think everybody should read this. But yeah, 100 Years of Solitude. Okay, next book. This one is gonna be easy. This is just for purposes only because I love the whole series. But yeah, Percy Jackson. I fell in love with these books when I first read them in like, what? When I was like 12, 13. I'm 26 now, so do the math. But yeah, I reread them every year just for the giggles. I love them so much. I was obsessed with mythology. My brother had a book like this big about mythology, Greek, Roman, Egyptian, and I love this book because it had so many mythology themes, but also the banter, Percy Jackson's humor, the friendship in it. I love it so much. But yeah, probably almost everyone has read this book, so you know what I'm saying. Okay, next one. I have so many allergies right now. Okay. Next book is my baby, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Oh my god, when I read this book, I went into it blind, okay? So I just thought it was going to be like the story of this woman and her 7 husbands, and that's it. It's so much more. It's so much more. And the plot twist in here, I didn't see that coming. And I remember when I read it, I started bawling my eyes out. I don't know why. I think I felt seen. I don't know. But yeah, I don't want to say a lot because I don't want to spoil, because I think if you go into this book blind, it is better. For me, it was an amazing experience and I loved it. And the way Taylor Jenkins Reid writes is chef's kiss. I've read only 2 books by her, but I know that her writing it is for me. And yeah, I just loved it. And the characters in this, oh my god, I adore them. And they're not perfect by any means. They're like, I hated some of them so much, but I think that's also the magic. And you can very much see the complex of human emotions and the human being. And I love that because I love books that portray a realistic view of the human life and how we process our emotions, how we are not perfect, how we can make mistakes. And it was amazing. But yeah, talking about complex human emotions and imperfect beings, we come to my next book. I know this book is not for everyone, okay? I know a lot of people don't get it, but I read Normal People, and I got obsessed with it. Marianne, I support her rights and her wrongs, okay? And Connell, oh, I love both of them so much. They're like so fucked up, but I love them, okay? And I love this book. And yeah, Sally Rooney's writing can be difficult to get into because there's like no dialogue per se, but I found myself very quickly understanding and getting into it, and I loved it. I love it so much. And the story is so messy and they're a bit toxic to each other, but I don't know, the way it's written, I love it, okay? I love it. But yeah, I know it's not for everyone. I'm not saying you have to like these books. These are just my personal opinions. But yeah, I just adore this book so much. And you can comment anything you want about it. So something happened. I just spent a lot of time yapping about some books, and I finished. I grabbed my phone and it's not recording. So the last book that I was talking about was Normal People. I think I just finished talking about it when it just cut. But yes, I was saying these are my personal opinions on these books. You can comment whether you like them or not, but I'm not just saying these are the best books. No, these are my favorite books. And I can also understand if people don't like them. But yeah, anyways, so my next book is Red Rising. I'm gonna try to say the same things that I've said because now I'm kind of annoyed that I've already said these things once, and I don't know if I can portray them again because it was hard sometimes to talk about books in not a language I'm really fluent in. Sometimes my brain gets fed up and anyways, but yeah, Red Rising, this is a science fiction and it has been described as a mix in between the Hunger Games and Ender's Game. I love those books. So when my friend recommended this to me, I was like, oh, okay. And I read it during the pandemic, okay? It was like the first week or so when the country locked down. And I finished this in one sitting. Like I stayed awake up until 4 a.m. to finish the book because I wanted to know what happened in the end. So the premise of this is like there's the Earth has colonized other planets, and there's like social classes divided by color. So we have the reds at the bottom and the golds at the top. And this is a story of a red which lives in Mars, and they work as miners in like the planet's nucleum. I don't know how to say that in English. I don't know. I think I just invented the word right now, but yeah. The core, the planet's core. Yeah. But yeah, he works as a miner and then he gets pushed into a revolution against the Gauls. So they transform him to infiltrate the Gauls and destroy the government that they have just from inside. And this book has a very important part is focused on some trials. some people said that the trials take too much time and that they don't see the point of it being so long, but to me that's like the whole point, because it's my favorite part of the book. And I love the trials so much, and I love the concept of the competition, and it is based on Roman gods and Roman mythology, so another point for me to like it. And the characters are also so good. Well, good at being good written characters, not at being good, because some of them just, oh my god, I hated them. And the protagonist Darrow sometimes makes me want to punch him in the face, like, please shut up. But there's a lot of characters that I like. For example, one of my favorite characters is Zebro and Mustang. But yeah, I'm not gonna spoil anything. But if you enjoyed science fiction and if you enjoyed the Hunger Games, the part of the arena and the trials, I think it takes an important part of the book, and to me it was amazing and perfect. So yeah, I really, really like the book. Next book. I don't have it on me because I don't have the physical copy, but I do have it in my Kindle. Problem is my Kindle is out of battery. Didn't charge it before the video, but yeah, I will just put a picture somewhere in the screen. But the book is Oathbringer by Brandon Sanderson. It's the third book in the Way of Kings saga, and in my opinion, I haven't read the last book yet, but out of the four of them that I read, Oathbringer is the best book of the series. I think the third book touches like I don't know, it's like the beginning of the intense war happening in the world, but also the character growth of all of the character is amazing. Shalan, from the first book to the third one, my mind exploded. I love Shalan, okay? I love my girl. I love her so much. And I don't know, like the magic system in the world and the intrigues, and I don't know, everything about it. All of the stories, because there's so many characters and it's have their own story, it's have their own problems. It's so good. It's a complex fantasy, okay? You have to, well, complex, yeah, complex as in there's so much things happening, so many things happening, there are so many characters, but I just found myself so invested in it. And I love the world, like the cosmere is Cosmere, I don't know how to say it. I think it's Cosmere, I don't know, but it's amazing. Like the magic system that is built in the series is amazing. And I also love Kaladin, of course, and Adeline and Shalan. Yeah, I just, Navani, oh my god, that queen is obviously the queen, but also a queen. Oh my god, I love her. I'm not gonna say more because it's the third book in a series and I don't want to spoil the series, but my favorite book, I think it could be my favorite fantasy book ever. So there's that. Okay, my next book is also a fantasy book. Yeah, it's Kingdom of Ash. The Throne of Glass series, when I first got into reading them, I was like, okay, they're okay. Yeah, I get why people love them, but I don't know, I just don't love it that much. 4 books in, I was hooked, I was obsessed. I was like, what is happening? I need to know everything. And oh my god, I had the best time reading it. And when I tell you, I like the last 150 pages of this book, I spent them sobbing. It was mind-blowing. It was mind-blowing. I think Sarah J. Maas did a really, really great job in world building in this series. And also the magic system, the political system, the rain system in this was amazing. I really loved it. Not gonna say anything about the book specifically because it's the last one on the series, and I'm not gonna spoil the whole Throne of Glass series, but I think it's worth the read. Like, I think all of the books are worth the read, and this was, I think it was like the perfect conclusion for it. I think this was perfect, a perfect ending. Well, not perfect, but because some things happen. But yeah, the perfect conclusion to the saga. Yeah, I really, really recommend this saga to fantasy lovers. But yeah. Okay, my next book, Zersey by Madeline Miller. The way this woman writes, yeah, straight to your heart. I don't know. She constructs the sentences in a way that they're directly aiming for your heart, I guess. I don't know. Every sentence has a purpose. I think she writes prose like it's poetry, and it's amazing. And I also love, as I already told you, a good mythology theme inspired. And this retelling, I felt so good about seeing Cersei not portrayed as an evil woman, but just I don't know, focusing on her life and her wants and aspirations and her problems and her family and everything. It was so good. And I don't know, I felt so much for her. Whoa, just found an annotation on page 51 under, I wrote just fuck you. Oh my god. I think it was because I just read the Song of Achilles, maybe, and they're talking about titties. I don't know, but I was angry about that apparently. Anyways, yeah, I really love this book. I think I'm gonna reread it soon, but I had so many things underlined. Here I do have some hearts written. Oh, I was salty here. I wrote, yet again, blaming the woman. Yeah, this was also very important to me because of how womanhood is depicted, but loved the book. Loved it. And, okay, now for the end of the video, we have a very special guest. It's Happy Place by Emily Henry. This is my favorite Emily Henry book, and this is one of my favorite books of all time. You already know that because this is the theme of the video, but this book, oh my god, this book. I've read more books by Emily Henry, but this takes the throne. I think it's because of the found family trope, because I'm a sucker for that, and this group of friends, the found family vibes that they give, and I just love it. And normally I don't really like miscommunication, but this was very well written, and I was rooting for Harriet and Wynne to get back together. And normally I like a romance, but I like when the romance is not just the whole plot of the book, when it has more to it. Like, and this book was perfect for that, because we obviously have the romance between Harriet and Wynne, but we also have all the things that are happening in the friend group. But yeah, I just loved it so much. And I think Emily Henry's writing is so good. It's very easy to follow, very easy to get immersed into. She's very descriptive, and you can imagine a lot of things that she's writing. And I don't know, I had such a great time reading this book. And yeah, I think it will be in my heart forever. But yeah, I loved it so much. Anyways, this was all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment your favorite books down below, and you can also let me know if you read any of these books and what you think about them. I will welcome the comments. I would love to hear your opinions on them. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much if you stayed until the end. I will see you on my next one. Bye.